When is enough enough? Tonight's Hopper Hot Take, we're talking about sport specialization. And I actually have here my notepad that I'm using tonight. Stop sports injuries. And it even says, don't play one sport year-round. So let's talk about this. The National Athletic Trainers Association in 2019 came out with an official statement on reducing injury related to sport specialization. They came out with 6 recommendations that our youth sports industry is failing. Completely failing. And I got to say, you know, as a former 3-sport varsity athlete in high school, I'm not cut out to play high school sports anymore. I couldn't do it. I played 3 varsity sports as a high school athlete. I played football, basketball, and baseball. But by golly, I couldn't play one sport year-round. It wouldn't work for me. By the end of my season, I was bored. I was tired of the sport I was playing. I was ready to move on to something else. Athletes don't have those choices today. In a lot of places, they're not given that as an option. So let's talk about these recommendations from the NATA. Delay sport specialization as long as possible. As long as possible. That needs to be in high school, later on in their high school careers. Let them play a variety of sports. One team at a time. You know, we hear stories of this kid who plays baseball for Team A and Team B and Team C, and on the weekends he plays for this group, and on this day he does this. One team. Less than 8 months out of the year. If you're going to play one sport and one sport only, and it's going to happen, you need to play no more than 8 months out of the year. Club teams, that means get rid of some of your season. You should not be playing a sport 12 months out of the year. Period. I don't care what sport it is. Age should equal up the number of hours that you are playing your sport in a week. So if you're 13 years old, you shouldn't be more than 13 hours a week. If you're 17 years old, you shouldn't be more than 17 hours a week. How many of our athletes do you think actually follow that? How many of our coaches do you think follow that? Not enough. More is not better. More is more. The more you do it, the more likely you are to get hurt. Rest. The recommendation here is 2 days per rest, 2 days of rest per week. We know that's not happening, but you have got to take rest. And again, this goes back to one team at a time, because too many of us, too many athletes, well, I have Monday off from Team A, so I'm going to go play for Team B that day. No. Well, I don't have school practice today, so I'm going to go to my club practice. No. I'll tell you a quick story. One of my first years here in Dallas, and I had a girl come in, volleyball player come in, complaining about bilateral knee pain. And she wanted me to fix it, except that she didn't really want to fix it because she never wanted to go to the weight room. No, my club coach says I need to rest. Wrong. No, I can't come to rehab. I don't have time for that. Wrong. She was playing 2 hours of she was playing 2 hours of school volleyball, and then she was going to Club A for 2 hours, and then going to Club B for 2 hours. And she was doing that 2 to 3 days a week. But rest and recovery, I don't have time for that. Do you wonder why she didn't make it to her senior year of high school? Last recommendation again is rest and recovery. When your season ends, you need time off. You need a break. Mentally and physically, you need time off. Parents and coaches, this starts with you. This starts with you. And sometimes, you know what? You have to tell Johnny or Susie that they can't have their basketball, or they can't have their soccer ball, or they can't have their bat because they need to take a break. Overuse injuries are out of control. Youth sports injuries are out of control. We've got to look at these recommendations from the NATA, and we need change. It starts with every one of us involved in athletics. Every single one of us. That is tonight's Hopper Hot Take. You guys have a great night.